What's up, church media pros? Today on the channel we're talking about how to recreate yourself, multiplying your productivity through processes. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Church Media Pro. My name is Aaron Ward, and on this channel we talk about all things being a church media professional. We talk about advertising, we talk about gear, we talk about today process. Process is the way you are going to multiply your productivity, guys. One thing that I've learned in my 15 years as a church media pro is the best way to multiply not only your time but the time of others is to write down processes so that you can easily teach what you do to others so that they can become more like you. I mean, Jesus did it, right? He put his words, he made his disciples through his words, right? And he wrote down processes. I mean, he didn't write them down. He spoke them into existence, and other people wrote them down, right? But the way to multiply yourself and to get people to be prepared to do the things that you do is to write down processes. In fact, I learned this a while ago, a couple years back. 2-3 years ago, I took a class with another church media guy, Justin Wise. His website at the time, I believe, was Think Digital. It may still be. I don't remember. I'll put it in the link below if I can come across. And I think I've mentioned Justin before in this channel, but one of the things that he's done, and he's more of an advertising agency type person. He does a lot of Facebook back end. That's really how he got his business rolling. Was how to multiply sales inside of businesses. He worked specifically with guest speakers or traveling, keynote speakers, and how to get, more sales in that regard. Now I digress. What he did and what multiplied his business was writing down process, and he would hire virtual assistants, on the other side of the country sometimes to multiply his productivity by writing down the process that he would do. Is if it was sort of a list of, in this situation, this is what I would do. So one thing that I've done and will continue to do as a leader is write down the processes of how to troubleshoot things in my live stream, or troubleshoot things at front of house, or how I would set gain stages on my soundboard, or how I would set up the LED wall, or how to set up the media computer with ProPresenter. And each day, if you can write down a process, or maybe even just once a week, take a time, put an hour or two of your time into writing down a process that you do. Trust me, guys, you will multiply your time by magnitudes, right? So one thing that I'm doing right now is writing down the processes that I do in creating these YouTube channels, because I'm hoping to onboard a buddy of mine who's going to be helping me with the process of editing. So what I'm going to do is film these, but then pass them on immediately so that I can save myself more time, create more content. I'm also going to be passing on some of the social media that I do for this channel and other channels that I make. If you haven't noticed, in the description below, I also do a cryptocurrency channel, so please check that out, subscribe and like that. And if you like the content here, guys, please subscribe and like as well. But I was reminded of this by another friend of mine who is actually on his way out of his church media job, but is writing down the processes of all the things that he did so that his volunteers and the new person coming in will be able to see the process and recreate what he did on a regular daily, weekly basis, right? So with that, guys, that's all I got for today, but I just wanted to give you a huge tip to multiply your productivity through delegation. And again, guys, don't be shy to ask people to help you, especially in church. God calls us to give of our time. He gives us to give of our financial resources as well. But serving the church will bless you and others. And you're robbing people of an opportunity if you don't ask them to help you. So write down your processes, guys. Make sure that you're telling them how you would do it, so that they can recreate what you do, and then you can give them feedback when they're doing it. And obviously, some of this takes time. It's not going to be 100% the way you would do it the first time. So one statistic will say that yes, you can, if you can offload something that takes you 2 hours, that saves you 2 hours, right? It's worth having it done. If you can get somebody to do that at 70% of the quality that you do, that's something that is worth offloading to somebody else. So even if it starts at 60%, but you're able to oversee it and maybe take the 1 hour back from that time that you spent, or the 2 hours that you gained, right? And to mentor that, well, getting it up to 70 to 80% of what your quality would be in the short term is worth your time, guys. So make sure that you're doing that on a regular basis. Train your replacements, guys. That's the best way to move up in this industry. And if you're just starting to get to be a church media pro, or would like to be one, ask your leaders, ask the technical director at your church, hey, could you write down a process for me so that I can learn exactly how you do it? If you ask them that, guys, their heart is going to just open up. I mean, let me tell you, if somebody walked up to me and said, hey, let me take this off your plate. Let me prove to you that I can do this, that I can be worth your valuable time to take a process that might take you 2 hours during your week, and I can do it in it might take you a couple 2 to 3 to 4 hours your first time, but guys, if you can save them time, find time in your week to do that process for them, learn it well enough to do it in as much time or less than it took them to do it, and at least at 70% quality of what they were doing it, trust me, they'll unload some of the things to you, and eventually they'll probably start paying you to do that for them. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you like coffee in particular and want to support this channel, go over to friedrichscoffee.com and pick up yourself up a 12-ounce bag of freshly roasted to order bag of coffee, free shipping with free ship USA at checkout. That's FREESHIP USA at checkout to get free shipping to the continental United States. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and God bless.